KREM2 Morning News.
This week is Heart Week on KREM2 Morning News. There are many ways to take care of that ticker, including your diet. Superfoods can play a big part in your heart health, but what exactly is a superfood? Nutritionist April Davis is here with us this morning to explain superfoods and show us how to make a superfood snack. So lots of super today. Super Bowl, superfoods.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, super is fun to talk about. So we've got a chia super food parfait that we're going to walk through, but I just want to explain first what it means to be a superfood. How do you get into that category if you're a food?
Right.
So there's two things we like to look at to determine whether a food is super. First, we look at the nutrient density. So foods that we'll go through in the next couple minutes here are very nutrient dense. That means they've got a lot of plant compounds in them and fiber, and things called phytochemicals, but they're just nutrients that help our body, help our cells heal without adding calories. So it's these other nutrients in the food. So these are nutrient dense foods.
Love that.
Also, we can look at something called the ORAC value, and that's a long string of words that just means oxygen radical absorbance capacity. That's a mouthful, but really all that is looking at is the antioxidant strength of a food.
Great. So we're gonna make the parfait to talk about that ORAC value, which I'm really excited about because I've been following this for quite a while. I think it's a little bit like the fountain of youth.
Yes,
and so I want people. So let's get working here. So what do we have? And talk about that.
I'm just showing ingredients that were used to make this chia pudding. I didn't want to make it in front because it has to actually chill in the refrigerator a couple hours or preferably overnight. So I did that yesterday while the Super Bowl was going. So you just mix all of these ingredients in a blender. I think the recipe is available for people online. And then add the chia seeds afterward and just stir those in. You don't want to blend those because we want them to be whole, because they're what gonna gel up and make this pudding-like texture. So this is what we have in the end, the next morning. And we use that as our base here. Yeah, scoop it in.
And can we talk about, while we're putting in, like when you're talking about the raspberries, how these are heart healthy, the nutrient density, the oxygen radicals, and all that good stuff, for sake of time.
Yes. So you can see that there's a lot of color going on here. And the color in these fruits and vegetables and spices and herbs are what really add the nutrients that are heart healthy. So the more color, the more of those nutrients it has, the higher the ORAC value. So that's why we look for colorful things, spices and herbs. So let's put a little more pudding on here and build a parfait. And then we'll top it with some wonderful, beautiful nutrients here. So we've got goji berry. These are dried goji berries. So you mentioned the fountain of youth.
Yes.
In China, they call these berries the fountain of youth because they believe they increase longevity. We've got some cocoa nibs. So these are from the cocoa bean. They've been roasted. If you have them before they're roasted, they're cacao.
Very nice.
And then hemp seed. And all of these are really nutrient dense.
Thank you, April. We're going to take a quick break, but we are going to continue our conversation on Facebook Live. So we're going to finish up talking about ORAC foods. And so I will see you there. We'll be back with more KREM2 Morning News.